You might already know that Apple takes a 30% commission from sales of your app on the App Store. For example, if your app makes $1,000 in sales, Apple's taking $300 of that, leaving you with $700. That's quite a cut. But did you know there's a way to only pay 15% commission, keeping more of that revenue for yourself? Let me tell you about the App Store Small Business Program. It lowers Apple's commissions from 30% to 15% for smaller developers. So what exactly does Apple mean by smaller developers? Well, I'm going to explain that to you, and I'm going to tell you how to apply for the Small Business Program. The program is designed for indie app developers, small app studios, and just newer app businesses in general. And as long as all the apps under your Apple developer account and associated developer accounts earn less than $1 million in proceeds in the prior calendar year, you're eligible for the Small Business Program. Let me break that down a bit. So proceeds are what you get as a developer after Apple takes its cut. Remember that example I gave in the intro where if an app makes $1,000, Apple's cut is $300, leaving you with $700? Well, $700 would be your proceeds. So you have to make less than $1 million in proceeds. Now back to that related developer account piece, because someone could have multiple Apple developer accounts. So you have to be under $1 million in proceeds for all your apps combined with all of your Apple developer accounts combined as well. So you can't create multiple different accounts to try and dodge the $1 million limit. Now, of course, your revenue will grow and fall over time. So let's talk about what happens if and when you cross that threshold in the middle of the year, both going up and going down. So if you cross that $1 million threshold going up in the middle of the year, so let's say you crossed it in June, what that means is you would go from paying 15% to 30%, but only from June going forward. So you only pay it on the future proceeds after you cross it, if you cross it going up. Now let's say, hey, you have hard times, your business is struggling, now your proceeds are going down, and then you fall back down below the $1 million threshold, so you should be getting 15% again. Here's the kicker though. You can only reapply for the Small Business Program at the beginning of the calendar year. So again, it's June. Let's say your business is struggling, you fall below the $1 million mark in June. Well, you're stuck paying 30% commissions until you can reapply January 1st of the next year. But most likely, almost every single one of you watching is not making $1 million a year from their apps. So what you need to do is hurry up and go enroll and apply for the Small Business Program. And to do that, you go to Apple Small Business Program website. The link to that will be in the description. Fill out the information you see here. You do have to be the account holder. You can't just be a member of the team. You have to be the owner of the account. You have to review and accept the latest paid applications agreement. And this is where you list any associated developer accounts if you have them. Again, the vast majority of you are probably only gonna have one account, so this probably won't apply to you, but if it does, make sure you list your associated developer accounts. Then once you hit submit, you've applied, you're good to go, and you should hear back in about a week or so, as long as there was no issues with your application, letting you know if you've been accepted. So like I said, you're probably making less than $1 million from your apps, so hurry up, go to this website, enroll in the Small Business Program, get 15% of your revenue back. That's huge for small developers. And if you're new to this world of iOS development, Bitrig is a Mac app to help you build high quality, premium, native Swift apps for Apple platforms using AI. It's built by the co-creators of SwiftUI that were formerly at Apple, so it integrates seamlessly with Apple's first-party frameworks. The team is shipping updates on a weekly basis, so the product keeps getting better and better week after week. Check it out at bitrig.com.